Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, I told you probably about a year ago, I was on the air doing one of my live broadcasts, and I told the folks, I said, you need to understand something. President Barack Obama is not going to just go away. He's not going to step off the world stage after his final year in office as President of the United States. He will move on to the United Nations. I said this over a year ago. Well, we have reports, the Washington Post, the Fox Nation, several different organizations are reporting now that Obama wants to become the United Nations Secretary General. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is doing everything he can to stop him. Now, if we're supposed to be the most closest ally in the world, then why would this be the case? It would seem to me that the United States would be excited about the president being the Secretary General, and that Israel would be excited as well. But you have to understand, the policies under the current Obama administration have been so one-sided as a stumbling block and an obstacle in the way of Israel that there's no way that not only does Benjamin Netanyahu not want him to be there, but most Americans wouldn't. Matter of fact, it seems President Obama has no intention of stepping out of the White House and fading into the limelight. That's almost what I said a year ago. No, he's got his sights on the world stage, this time as Secretary General of the United Nations, according to Kuwaiti newspaper Al Jarida. This is Kuwaiti newspaper, broke it, but now others are saying it. But not all the world leaders are keen to see this come to fruition, including, first and foremost, Israeli President Benjamin Netanyahu. The Israeli Prime Minister reportedly is planning to try to stop him, campaign against it. So already the big powers are in motion. Now the Washington Post, in their article about what's happening place here, they said that Benjamin Netanyahu is trying to rally moderate Arabs to help stop Mr. Obama's bid to become the UN Secretary General there of the United Nations after he leaves the White House in 1 year. Netanyahu is said to have gotten wind of Obama's plans, which he calls the Obama Project. Wasn't 8 years of having Obama in office enough? Mr. Netanyahu is quoted in the Kuwaiti Daily as telling his associates 8 years during which he ignored Israel, and now he wants to be in a position that is liable to cause us hardships in the international arena. Obama is the worst president Israel has ever seen. Now, they're saying that Netanyahu said that in a private meeting. Now, you have to understand, this is a Kuwaiti daily paper, and they may embellish as much as they can. They know that, no question, Netanyahu would be upset, but not to the point that he would make some of these wild statements. But I will say this, that what we have here, as I was telling, and I've told everyone this, President Obama never really wanted to be president of the United States. He isn't really proud of America. He went around and he spoke about, his Apology of America tour several times over, and he never really wanted to be president of the United States. He didn't even want to wear the pin on his jacket. It took a long time for him to finally put that on there. But he would like to be the leader of the world, not from a presidential standpoint in America, but from the leader of the world. And so we're watching. We are really seeing this global sustainability of the United Nations. I'm telling you, we are watching the formation of the new world order. And that's their words. Nobody get mad at me and say, "Oh, Pastor Begley said that they're trying to form a new world order." No, this is what George H.W. Bush said. This is what Bill Clinton said. This is what George W. Bush said. This is what Barack Obama has said. This is what Joe Biden has said 13 times in 13 speeches. Oh, no. This is what Vladimir Putin says. This is what the Vatican has said. This is what Chinese presidents have said. This is what's being 130 nations signed an agreement that they wanted to see a one world order of currency. I mean, you have to understand, this is what's being said, this is what's being formed, this is what's about to happen. Now, the Bible tells us it will, and it says it in Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. It says that this beast will rise right out of the sea, a sea of people, if you will. And here's what will happen. In the scripture it says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And upon his horns were 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like a leopard. His feet were as the feet of a bear, his mouth as the mouth of a lion, and the dragon, or Lucifer, gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw as one of the heads as it was wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. It goes on to talk about then the implementation of a mark of the beast system and the number 666. It talks about you can't buy or sell. It talks about all of the pulling together. Now, we also know that there is, throughout the book of Revelation, this formation, the beast system is rising in the last days. And I talk about it all the time in different concepts. It doesn't matter if President Obama is the Secretary General UN or not. That won't matter. I believe he just wants to stay on the world stage. I believe he will stay on the world stage. Whether he's the UN Secretary General or not won't matter. He will stay on the world stage, you'll see. But as that's happening, he's not the only one, okay? And it won't matter who is the UN General Assembly. It won't stop the beast from rising. It is going to happen. It's prophesied to take place. We're truly living in the last days. I'll talk about it more extensively in our live broadcast today. Don't miss it at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. That's www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Tuesday, Reverend T.D. Hale will be my guest. He had a prophetic dream the day after Christmas. And God, in this dream, the Lord showed him 12 prophetic things for America. And on Wednesday, my guest will be John Breaux, Jr. He is a former executive of a major oil company and has been involved in the oil industry for 25, 26 years. And he will give his expert opinion on the methane gas leak in California, and can it be stopped? How would that be done? What is the effects of the poisonous, toxic methane upon the people? Why is this being allowed to go on? I mean, are you serious? We'll talk about that and the Flint, Michigan